You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 10th of September. PM Modi's BJP trains guns at Rahul Gandhi over statement on election fairness and religion. Baloch activists raise concern after several put on anti-terror fourth schedule. And Bangladesh vows steps to extradite Sheikh Hasina from India. And now for all the details. India's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party has come out guns blazing against leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, over his recent remarks during his private visit to USA, accusing him of tarnishing the image of the country. In a pot shot at the Congress leader, BJP leader and Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said, going out of the country and tarnishing the country's image is a crime like treason. No patriot can do this, and added that Gandhi's science seems to be frustrated with Congress losing for the third time in a row and is venting his frustration out in America by spoiling the country's image. In his remarks, Rahul Gandhi had alleged the recent Lok Sabha election were not fair and were fairly controlled in favor of PM Modi's BJP. He alleged Election Commission was doing what the Prime Minister was dictating and added if the elections would have been fair, the BJP would have scored even less than 240 seats.
अपने देश की आलोचना दूसरे देश में जाके करना ये किसी देशभक्त का काम नहीं हो सकता। लगातार पराजय के कारण हताश, निराश और कुंठित राहुल अपनी कुंठा विदेश में जाकर निकाल रहे हैं। वो नेता प्रतिपक्ष है और नेता प्रतिपक्ष की भी जवाबदेही बनती है। अटल जी नेता प्रतिपक्ष थे, नरसिम्हा राव जी प्रधानमंत्री थे, तो अटल जी ने नेतृत्व किया था देश का। अब राहुल गांधी सिवाय देश को बदनाम करने का दूसरा काम नहीं कर रहे।
The Saffron Party has also attacked Gandhi over his remarks on Sikhs and said the leader of opposition is trying to incite people who live outside the country and making statements without any basis. Speaking at an event in Virginia, Rahul Gandhi said the fight in India is about whether a Sikh be allowed to wear turban, kara or go to Gurdwara. Lashing out over these remarks, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said Gandhi is spreading a dangerous narrative and added this is part of a more sinister agenda. Puri said the incumbent government has gone out of its way to address issues concerning the Sikhs and added in contrast there was insecurity among the community during the Congress rule, a reference to 1984 anti-Sikh riots. However, the main opposition Congress party has defended the science remark, saying Gandhi has only highlighted injustice in the country. Junior doctors who are protesting over the rape and murder of a female trainee doctor in India's Kolkata city for nearly a month now, on Tuesday, vowed that they will not stop their demonstrations till their demands are met. This comes as Supreme Court on Monday asked them to resume work by Tuesday, warning that they may face adverse action if they fail to adhere to the deadline. Hundreds of doctors are demanding better security at hospitals and justice for the woman found dead in a classroom in the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. A doctors' association said it would consider the court's order only if their demands were met.
नहीं, हम लोग भी नॉर्मल सी चाहते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है जो नहीं चाहते हैं, बट हम लोगों का जो मांग है वो हम लोगों का लगता है ये एक लेजिटिमेटिव डिमांड है, तो ये मांग को उस लोग स्टेट को मानना चाहिए और अगर मानेगा तो ही हम लोग काम में फिरेंगे। हम लोग अभी हम लोगों का जो मेंटल स्थिति है उस हिसाब से हम लोग उत्सव या पूजा में हम कोई इंटरफेयर नहीं चाहते हैं। हम लोग सिर्फ जो हम लोगों का मांग है वो मिटे, यही हम लोगों का खुशी का जाएगा।
Protest over the incident has also spread overseas. Rights activists say the attack provides further evidence of the sexual violence Indian women face despite tougher laws introduced after the 2012 horrific incident of gang rape and murder in New Delhi. So far, a police volunteer has been arrested for the crime and the former principal of the college has been arrested over accusations of craft. Pakistani police detained several lawmakers and leaders of former Prime Minister Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party in raids a day after it held a major rally in Islamabad to demand Khan's release. Police detained 4 individuals, a spokesman said, although the party said 13 had been picked up from various places in Islamabad, including some from outside Parliament. Police were seen pushing the lawmakers into vehicles in detentions outside Parliament that Omar Ayub Khan, the party's leader of the opposition, called despicable. Yesterday's massive protest has sent shivers down the government's spine, Khan's aide Zulfikar Bukhari said in a post on X, calling the detentions illegal. Party chairman Gauhar Khan and senior leaders Shoaib Shaheen and Sher Afzal Marwat were among those held, added Bukhari, who is also party spokesman. The crackdown comes a day after the party's gathering on the city's outskirts to demand Khan's release was marred by clashes between supporters and police that injured a senior police official, the police said. The party said the violence erupted after the police lobbed tear gas canister at the peaceful assembly in a bid to disperse it. Some party leaders such as Ali Amin Gandapur criticized the ruling alliance and the military in their speeches at the rally and warned if Khan is not released from jail soon, they will free him by force. Baloch activists have raised alarm over hundreds of individuals from Balochistan being placed in anti-terror Schedule 4 list. They claim this measure is being used to suppress dissent in Balochistan, a region long troubled by demands for greater autonomy. A report.
Baloch activists including Dr. Mehrang Baloch have expressed alarm over reports that the Balochistan government has placed the names of hundreds of individuals from the region on the 4th schedule under the Anti-Terrorism Act. According to the Dawn, this decision was taken based on the recommendations from district intelligence committees. Being listed on the 4th schedule means the person is categorized as a proscribed individual. Restrictions imposed on such persons include a ban on obtaining a passport, the freezing of bank accounts, a prohibition on receiving financial aid, restrictions on arms licenses, and limitations on employment opportunities. Leaders from the Baloch student organization including Balach Qadir Baloch, Secretary General Samand Baloch and Information Secretary Shakur Baloch claimed on X that they are among those targeted by this measure. Human rights organizations have long voiced concerns about the arbitrary use of this law, especially in Balochistan, where activists argue that it is used to suppress dissent and stifle voices calling for greater autonomy and rights for the Baloch people. The region has experienced decades of unrest due to demands for more political freedom and control over its resources.
Family members of the victims who were killed during the chaotic US withdrawal from Afghanistan have blamed President Biden's administration for the deaths of their relatives. This came as a report to the US House Committee contended that the administration made the decision to evacuate non-combatants far too late, formally ordering it only in August, and failed to communicate between departments in Washington and among officials in Afghanistan, and botched the paperwork for departure of Afghan civilians eligible to leave the country. As the US forces were trying to help Americans and Afghans flee while the Taliban seized control, a suicide attack at the Abbey Gate entrance to Kabul's airport killed 13 Americans, compounding the US sense of defeat after 2 decades of war. The report is a result of a 3-year investigation led by Representative Michael McCall.
This report is really important to me and my daughters for the following reasons. 3 years ago tomorrow, September 10th, was the last trip my son Riley took home to Wyoming. The ramifications of what happened on 8/26/2021, it's not just a ripple effect, it is a tidal wave of the travesty that came from that moment.
Bangladesh War Crimes Tribunal will seek the extradition of Sheikh Hasina from New Delhi, Bangladesh Chief Prosecutor Mohammad Tajul Islam has said, as he accused Hasina of carrying out massacres. Islam, the newly appointed Chief Prosecutor of the International Crimes Tribunal, said that efforts are also ongoing to begin the trial process. Calling Hasina as the main perpetrator, he said once ICT resumes functions, an arrest warrant will be issued against Hasina and others for mass killing and crimes against humanity. He, however, said Hasina will be allowed to appoint foreign lawyers to argue the cases when they go on trial. Notably, the tribunal was set up by Hasina government in 2010 to probe atrocities during the 1971 Liberation War. More than 1,000 people lost their lives in the recent unrest, which forced Hasina to resign and flee to India on August 5, just before her official residence was stormed by crowds. Since she fled to India, her political rivals and student protesters have made calls for her extradition to Dhaka. India and Bangladesh has an extradition treaty signed in 2013 during the second term of Hasina's premiership. As Sri Lanka approaches presidential and parliamentary elections later this year, the newly elected administration must commit to the concrete transformational changes needed to ensure accountability, justice and reconciliation, the UN Human Rights Chief said on Monday. Delivering remarks on the recent UN report on Sri Lanka, Volker Turk said 2 years have passed since mass protests demanded democratic reforms and an end to corruption and the abuse of power. Today, despite promises of a new beginning, those demands remain largely unfulfilled. And while 15 years have passed since the end of the devastating civil war, victims and their families are still waiting for truth, for justice and for reparation. The UN official called on the Sri Lankan government to implement significant security sector reforms and hold accountable those implicated in serious violations. He also urged the government to take immediate steps to prevent future human rights violations. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.